What's your everyday carry? Well, I everyday carry a couple things, so let's run you through them. Now in my right pocket, I carry a switch gun revolver made by Standard Manufacturing. This is chambered in .22 Magnum, and it's important to note that I'm not trying to sell anybody on this firearm. This is just a couple justifications I use for carrying it. Now, when the legend Paul Harrell was asked what he thought about .22 Magnum pocket guns, he responded by saying, "It's better than nothing." And that's kind of the justification I use for carrying this. See, I work a very labor-intensive job, and I do pack other firearms, based on what activities I'm doing those days, but most of the time I'm packing this because a firearm doesn't do you much good unless you have it when you need it, and this is the firearm I pack when I otherwise wouldn't carry anything at all. Now, on my left hip, equipped to my belt, I usually keep a Kershaw Speed Safe knife, or I'm carrying a K-Bar TDI knife. And knives are kind of funny tools because you never really realize how often you would use one until you start carrying one. Moving into the left side of my left pocket, I usually carry an Arcfeld Pro made by Olight, or I carry a Mini X3 made by Trustfire. These are both everyday carry lights. And once again, you don't realize how often you need a light until you start carrying one. Now, I know I'm gonna get called gay for this, but the reason I keep my flashlight on the left side of my pocket is so I can still access my left pocket where I keep my Black Label classic chapstick. Not the blue label and not that cherry shit, but just the classic Black Label chapstick. Now, if you're wondering why, it's because my grandpa carried this chapstick, my dad carried this chapstick, and I'll be damned if I'm not going to continue the tradition. It also prevents my lips from cracking when I'm motorboating your mom.